Hello fellow book nerds, let's talk about all the books I want to but won't read by 2021. So like I said, let's have a chat about all the books that I want to read before 2021. I'm probably gonna fail because I'm really bad at this. And these are mainly just all the books that I bought as soon as they came out and didn't read them, so now I have a big stack. So let's kick it off with a favorite of mine, which is Percy Jackson series. I started my reread this year and I read the first two books, but I still want to read the third, fourth and fifth one and finish up the series so I can continue with my Rick Riordan reread. So if you don't know what Percy Jackson is about, it's about this kid who finds out that he's a demigod and his dad is a god, but I can't tell you which one, but he's a Greek god and he has to go to this special camp for children who also are demigods because demigods are hunted and they have to fend for their life out in the wild, but if they're in this camp they're protected by other magical creatures, and it's just kind of about his time there. His mom also gets kidnapped and he tries to get her out. It's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing, but it's such a fun series. I love it so much. I read it when I was a kid and I'm rereading it now and I remember loving these so much, so I can't wait. And then there's so many other books in the Camp Half-Blood series. There's so many other books that I really want to read, and I think the last one in like the Universe Ever just came out recently, so this is the perfect time for me to have a little read. Probably not gonna read all of them, but maybe I can read one before the end of the year, maybe two. Next up we have Emma by Jane Austen. I'm getting through all of the Jane Austen books because I just think she's a brilliant writer. I read Pride and Prejudice and Northanger Abbey, so the next one is Emma. It's I think one of the thickest ones, but I'm so excited about this. I watched Clueless so many times. It's my favorite movie, and that movie is kind of based on Emma, so I think this vibe is similar, but that obviously is like a modern interpretation. So I know that Emma is about this really rich girl who wants to play matchmaker for all of her friends, and I think it's about her getting taught some lessons about maybe not meddling in other people's lives. I think that's what it is about. In the fifth movie, she gets with her stepbrother, so we'll see. Ex-stepbrother, just so you don't think I'm weird. Then I really want to continue with the Bone Season series by Samantha Shannon. So this is the second book in the series. Oh god, I hate white books for this exact reason. Anyway, you've seen it, now I can put it away. We follow Paige, who lives in this world that's kind of like a dystopian, and she's got powers and other people got powers, and she's so bad at this. So we follow Paige, who lives in a world where there are different people with superpowers. Like some of them are clairvoyant, some of them have other powers, and she has a power that I don't remember, and one day she gets kidnapped and she gets taken to this like place that I can tell you about because it's a bit of a spoiler, but anyway, it's really good series. I read the first book, I loved it so much, and I still have to read the second and all the other ones, so I really want to continue on and maybe next year catch up with the series. Next up we have the continuation of Ace of Shades trilogy. So you have the second book, King of Fools, and the third book, Queen of Vaults, which just came out very recently. I'm doing a buddy read of this with my friends Kira and April, who also have their booktube channels, which I'll link. I absolutely love the first book. I read it like some time ago, but now I just reread it and I need to continue. The girls already read those, and well, they read this one and I need to catch up. Ace of Shades follows Anne, who is a proper young lady. She's now finishing school. She's trying to become like introduced to society, and her mom just disappears one day. She never comes back from one of her travels, and she decides to go to the City of Sin to find her mother, hopefully save her if she's saving, and get back to her life. But there she meets a very ruggish crime lord who helps her find her mother, and there's magical powers in this world. There's all kinds of exciting things. I absolutely love the first book. The romance is just amazing and I would highly recommend it, and you need to read the rest as well. Next up we have a book that I was so excited before it came. I pre-ordered it and then I couldn't read it, and I still haven't now. It's Bon Criers Moon by Catherine Purdy. I bought this book because of the cover. I mean, look at this cover. It's absolutely just stunning, gorgeous, just art. I love it so much. And the story also sounds very interesting. So we follow the main character, whose name I don't know, but it's the girl, and she wants to become what's known as Bone Crier. And Bone Criers, I think they're like ferry over the dead to like the land of the dead or something like that, and in order to become a Bone Crier's Moon you have to kill your true love, and I think she's trying to do that, and she finds out that he's her true love because you can do this ritual where your true love comes and like shows it's himself or herself yourself, and you have to murder them. So it sounds amazing. It sounds like kind of enemies to lovers, or like I need to kill you but I like you kind of vibe, which I love. And I just think this one is gonna be so much fun. I have high hopes for this one, but it's like so gorgeous. It's just so pretty. It better be good, because if it's not good I'm gonna be sad because I want to buy the sequel. Next up we have yet another book whose cover I saw, pre-ordered it, and didn't read it since. Yay me! I don't spend money for nothing, and I don't fill my room with books for nothing. And this is Agnes at the End of the World by Kelly McWilliams. I don't remember what this book is about. That's the only issue. Let me check. Oh yeah, this book sounds so good. I feel like I'm exposing myself in this video. Anyway, so Agnes at the End of the World. Apparently, Agnes lives in this beautiful place that she thinks is perfect, but what she doesn't realize that it's a cult. And then she meets a boy who's an outsider, not a part of the cult, and she kind of begins to question everything. It mentioned that her brother might die if he doesn't get insulin, but is she a sinner for bringing the insulin? That sounds so interesting. I need to read this as soon as possible. I mean, come on. That sounds so good. A good thing I bought it then. I guess I read the synopsis, I was like, that sounds so good. I bought it and then I forgot what it was about. I thought it was a dystopian. Next up, we have two books, hoping to read at least one of them by the end of 2021, and this is The Stylist, Sea and the Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Both of them I feel like I love. I think I love this one a little bit more than this one, but both of them I'm super interested. I want to read either, really, because I just want to read something by Erin Morgenstern, but like, they're big. Like, they're bigger than my head and thicker than my head. Well, not thicker than my head, but together they kind of are. So The Stylist, Sea, we follow a boy who works in a library, and one day he finds a book that talks about his life and an event that happened to him that no one could have known that happened, and he didn't tell anyone. He didn't write this book, so he's like, okay, how does this book know? How does the author of this book know what I did, what happened? It's kind of about parallel worlds and like just sounds amazing. I'm so excited for it. And the Night Circus, we follow two magicians who have to battle it out to see who's the supreme magician, and I think it's all about this contest that they're in. Both of these I've heard they're very slow but beautiful. The writing is the writing is exquisite, and I'm just so excited for both of them. They both sound amazing, and I bought both of them, so I should read. I mean, this one's gorgeous. Like, I showed you this one 1,000 times, but look. I just buy all the books because they're pretty. I don't know why would you publish a book that's not pretty. Like, who's gonna buy that? Next up we have The Year of the Witching. I've been obsessed with the idea of this book and just this book since the title was announced. So before synopsis there was a title and I saw it on Twitter and I fell in love. The Year of the Witching. That just sounds like... this sounds so good. And then I saw the American cover, fell in love again. Then the UK cover, it's fine, but it's not the American cover, but it's fine. Does it have something cool inside? No, it's just white. It's about the church, prophets, the witches. It just sounds amazing. I don't want to read the actual synopsis because I'm really excited to go into it blind, completely blind. I don't think I'm gonna get to it in 2021 if I'm being really honest with myself, because there's a video I want to do and read some witchy books. The other witchy books that comes out in January that I want to read, so I might wait for that, but I'm still very, very excited about this one. This is one of the only books that I've followed since the inception of the title to publication, so it better be good. And last but certainly not least is the Saga Complete. Oh my god, it's a brick. Okay, so it's a collection of Saga from 1 to 54. I got this as a birthday present from Nicole and her books, who is just the loveliest. She always gets me the most amazing gifts like this and the $10,000 of January presents from her for my birthday and for Christmas. And I want to say thank you so much. And I really, really want to read this before 2021, maybe not all of it because it's big, but I really want to read at least like first couple ones. But I'm so excited, I'm so grateful because I wanted this so bad, and when I got it I just couldn't believe it. I was flabbergasted, I'm gonna tell you that much. So again, thank you so much, Nicole, and I really hope I can get to it soon, but I'm so excited. So this is a graphic novel series that follows a couple of aliens. They're both from different alien species and they have a child together, but they're being followed and like hunted because that's very unnatural in this world, like for two alien species to have a child together. So the other aliens are like, why is this child, what's gonna happen, that kind of thing. I think I think that's what it's about. Since this video is not very long, I'm gonna look at my Kindle and look at all the books that I bought on Kindle and see if there's something I'm super excited to read anytime soon. One of the series that I'm very excited to read about is Rhapsodic. So Rhapsodic it's like a dark romance. There are fairies, there's like sirens, there's bargains. I heard about it on Becca's books and she loves it, and it's like really dark romance, so I'm really into it. Otherwise, Disenchanted, I'm very excited about this one. I think it's something to do with like a forest that no one's supposed to go to, but this girl goes there for some reason. Yeah, I'm not very good at this, am I? This is just honorable mentions. Oh, the Library of the Unwritten. I think this is a library with all the dead people in it, and it's like someone lives there and it's kind of like a hell. It just sounds so good. City of Brass is something I'm super excited about. I just really want to read this. This is a book that everyone loves. I think it's like Middle Eastern mythology inspired, and it just sounds really good, but again, I don't really know what it's about. Really excited to continue with the Fortuna Sworn series. So Fortuna Sworn is another dark fairy romance. It's about a girl. So her brother disappears, and then this dark fairy comes and is like, I'll tell you where your brother is, but you gotta come and be my wife. And she's her wife, and she's like not a human, she's a fury, I think. So she has like some magical powers. It's very exciting. I've been prattling on for long enough. I feel like you have a very, very good understanding of all the books I bought that I don't know when I'm gonna read. Maybe my boyfriend's right that I should be buying more books. Nah, that's crazy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you could give it a like, subscribe and comment, I would so appreciate it. It helps so much, guys. You have no clue. But that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!